We live in a world of huge amounts of nutritional information. We are bombarded with new diet or new approach or new scientific study here and there and everywhere. On TV, in mainstream media and not so mainstream media, everywhere. And this scientific study found that. And this scientific study found something completely opposite. And people are confused. Of course, people are confused. But what you have to understand that your own body has been designed by nature through eons, billions of years. It was a very long and meticulous process. No science, our modern science and our medical industry and anybody else hasn't got even an ounce of that wisdom. It's in its infancy. Your body is infinitely wiser and cleverer, and it knows what it needs. And how can the body tell you if, for example, at this moment in your life, it needs so much protein, so much carbohydrate, so much fat, so much B12, so much zinc, and so much magnesium, and it needs to remove this pesticide out? How on earth can your body tell you all that? I mean, even if your body had a way of telling you all that information, how are you going to go about supplying that proportion of nutrients for yourself and taking out the pesticides from your body? Well, Mother Nature is not, it's kind, and it doesn't ask us to do anything that complicated. It gave us senses. It gave us a desire for food. It gave us sense of taste and sense of smell and a sense of satisfaction from food. Because make no mistake, Mother Nature knows, and your body knows, the composition of foods on this planet. So your body knows at every moment in your life what it needs and what composition of nutrients it needs right now, and it will give you a desire for food that has exactly that composition. So whenever you are ready to eat, just ask yourself a simple question: what would I love to eat right now? And it will pop into your head immediately. You would know what you want to eat. And despite the fact that government might tell you that this is unhealthy, or some scientific study is telling you this is not good for you, or some other scientific study might be telling you that this is wonderful for you, your body knows better. If it gives you a desire for that particular food at that moment, eat it. But before eating it, smell it first, taste it first. It would smell divine to you and it will taste divine, because that's what your body wants. And when you've eaten it, you will have a satisfaction, because your body will say, I got what I wanted. A couple of hours later, your metabolism will change, your activity will change, your level of stress will change, the weather might change. So your needs for nutrition will change. The food that you loved to eat a couple of hours ago would feel repulsive to you a couple of hours later, but you would love to eat something else, because that food would feed your metabolism much better at that moment in life. So it is important to listen to our senses and to develop them. And trouble is, people disconnected themselves from their senses. And they try to throw information at their body and dictate to their body from their mind what you should have and what you shouldn't have, because they've read some article somewhere.
Or seen a food pyramid.
Or they've seen a food pyramid, or because they've talked to some expert or something like that. And that is just a foolish thing to do. Trouble is that because people got disconnected from their senses quite a lot, the senses got perverted a little bit. Take, for example, a sense of smell. Because people use so many synthetic odors now, all your washing powders and all your the perfumes, the air fresheners, and all sorts of other smelly chemicals that we willingly introduce into our environment, they can alter your sense of smell, because you've got only so many receptors in your nose to smell. And if you're using constantly a particular chemical, if, for example, you're using a particularly scented laundry detergent, you're wearing that clothes all day long, you're sleeping on the bed smelling of the same thing, you're using towels which smells of the same thing, your receptors in the nose get all occupied by that particular chemical. So new portions of chemicals coming in, you don't smell anymore. You don't realize how your clothes smells. You don't realize how your bedding smells. And when you try to smell food, you can't smell it anymore, because your receptors in the nose are occupied. So it's very important to clear your environment of smelly things, particularly unnatural smells, chemical smells, laundry detergent smells, and air fresheners, and perfumes, and deodorants, and all sorts of other smelly things. And it will take a week or two for your receptors in the nose to clean themselves up, and then you'll be able, your sense of smell will return. And it will be another sense, again, it'll serve you very nicely the way it's supposed to and the way it's been designed to in the choice of food. The same with sense of taste. Processed foods have got chemicals added to them deliberately to make them addictive. There's a whole industry in the food industry, within the food industry, which manufactures addictive chemicals, because the manufacturers of the foods want you to get addicted to what they produce, to processed foods, and they alter your sense of taste in the mouth. So when you stop eating processed foods, again your sense of taste returns, and it becomes the real, true sense of taste that you're supposed to have. So it's important to pay attention to that. There is an article that I've written on this subject called "One Man's Meat is Another Man's Poison," and it is on my blog on the internet called drnatasha.com.